What is going on, everybody? It is me, Rye, coming at you with a solo power ranking. Oh my lord, it is close to Thanksgiving here in the United States, so it's been a little hard to get the timing right between all the DLE boys, but don't worry, next week it'll all back to normal, and I won't be lonely all by myself doing power ranking. It's okay. It's okay. Next week, believe, boys. But here we go. We're talking about power ranking this week. If you've been watching power ranking for a while, you know that around KC Cup time, it always gets super janky. You can kind of see on your screen there was only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tournaments this week. Power ranking isn't super accurate unless you get at least minimum 10, in my opinion. If you get less than 10, the results are always a little out of whack, if you will. On top of that, unfortunately, due to the timing of all the tournaments this week that did happen, none of them were big prize pool tournaments. We weren't able to fit in Battle Step until the day after power rankings were done. So I'm recording this after GG Tour has already completed, and unfortunately GG Tour was not completed in time to be put into the weekly power rankings. So please keep that in mind as we go through all the points. I would take this power ranking and probably next week's power ranking as well with a little bit of grain of salt, knowing that we are, missing a lot of tournaments. So please keep that in mind as we get into it. Let's get into it, boys. Power rankings. Oh, baby. Harpies, number 1 with 19 points. That's a really low. I think it's the lowest we've had for a number 1 deck for a lot of weeks now. Melodious, first time at 2nd place at 18. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Almost tied with Harpies. Magnets at 13. Noble Knight at 12. Yosenju at 11. You kind of see the points start to dip. Destiny Hero 9, TG 8, Gaia 7. You can just see they're kind of just 1 point difference as we get down and down and down, just because of how few we've had this week. So there isn't a whole lot to talk about, but let's talk about it anyway, because it's fun to talk about. Why did these tournaments that did win these few tournaments, why did they win? Harpies, is there, Harpies, they won the Ruby League in a bunch of 2nd places. You can kind of see with just 1 tournament victory was able to snatch 1st place. Yeah, man, I don't think there's really anything more I can say to add to this deck that I haven't said in previous weeks. You do see that the 30 card build here is the one that won this tournament. I don't think that's the superior version, but it's the most flexible deck. You can win with 30 cards, you can win with 20 cards. Yeah, there's just not much more I could say about this deck. It's extremely flexible. It's the best deck in the metagame. It's always been tier 1. It will always be tier 1 because of just how powerful their normal summon is, right? We talked about it on power ranking a little bit with PDS. Their normal summon is just insane, and I really have nothing else to add about Harpy. They're really strong. They're probably going to get Murder on the ban list, and it'll probably be for the best. At least this guy's not playing Treacherous Trap Hole. Shout out to Darky. Let's go. All right, 2nd place, we have Refresh's Melodious. Look at this. Again, with 1 tournament victory. That's going to be kind of the thing with this power ranking. If your deck won a tournament this week, you're probably on the power rankings. Melodious, I don't want to discredit them. They had a good week. They had a really good week. Even in GG Tour, they had a pretty good GG Tour. I don't think they made it super far, but to be honest, neither did Harpy. I think 1 Harpy made it all the way to like top 4, top 8. So that's pretty interesting to keep in mind. Melodious, this is actually the furthest they've had on power ranking, being in that 2nd place. I think up until then, they've only been like 3rd. So pretty exciting to see them finally kind of put in some work. Deck list hasn't changed a whole lot, but Melodious, it's that deck, right? It's you got to out the Score, you got to out the Bloom Diva, and you got to out the Schwaberta, right? Those are the 3 kind of go-tos, and if you can't out one of those 3 things, your deck's gonna struggle a little bit going into it. Still playing that double TTH. You hate to see it. TTH meta is real. 3rd place, Magnets. Oh my god, Magnets were all over the place this week. It looks like, again, 1 tournament victory. Keeping in with that style, 1 tournament victory equals 1 shot. And this Magnet deck is wild. Life Charge, hand traps. This is not your typical Magnet deck. We'll just say that. I believe this is the only variant that looks like this. The rest are 20 cards or less with the typical Powerful Rebirth shot cards that they have in there. Magnets are just the go-to Destiny draw, you know, deck right now, right? Like they abuse Destiny draw. They're able to play their hand traps. The back row they play is, you know, Super Team and Powerful Rebirth and stuff like that. This Magnet version, using that life charge, they decided instead go for just survivability against decks like Harpies and stuff like that. Valkyrion as well. Super interesting build, but yeah, I don't know. If you showed me this deck list last week, I'd have been like, no shot. No shot this would have been the winning deck list. But hey, there you go. It won the tournament. It did its job. Magnets are broken. What can I say? Magnets best deck. 4th place, Noble Knights with Destiny Draw. Oh my lord, continuing the trend. If you won a tournament, you win. You win a spot on power rankings. That's just the power of the beast. Here using the D-Draw build. I actually made a video about the D-Draw build where, you know, you got things like power picks like Storm or the Lightning Vortex in there, and you just D-Draw it whenever you need it, if you need it. Double TTH as well. Funny with Noble Knights, they always, whenever Melodious rises in the power rankings, Noble Knight is always coupled with Melodious. They just, they just go up along with them, dude, which is pretty funny. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say about this deck. I don't know if you guys remember, I used to call Blue Eyes and Thunder Dragon like the shotgun decks. If they open very, very well, they're just going to annihilate their opponent. If they open bad, they're going to get annihilated themselves. It really feels like the deck just kind of plays with itself. The only, like, meta matchup that you have to, like, consider is Harpy Lady. And if I'm being completely honest with you, Harpy Lady, the way they play their deck right now is no different from back in the day when Noble Knight would go second into like a set Canadia or a set Floodgate, you know? so it's not that Harpies present any new challenge, it's just the only deck you have to think about playing around going second. So it's pretty interesting to see them, you know, them hit the power ranking here at number 4. Number 5, we have Bro Senju, more Destiny Draw goodness. Yeah, Bro Senjus, they've been kind of quiet. They've been kind of letting Magnets run the show a little bit in their steed. But, you know, here they are. They've always been kind of around 6th, 7th place since the drop-off, but were able to snag 5th place. Did not have a tournament victory. So this is the only deck in the top 5 that breaks that trend. And yeah, Bro Senjus, honestly, I think they're definitely not a top 5 deck in the metagame. They're definitely 6th, 7th place, but they always seem to sneak in there, you know? They always get people with, you know, another Destiny Draw build. They've got the Drowning, they've got the Sword Sting for any back row control. You don't see, this one's actually more back row than you typically see. That they're scared of playing too heavy back row because of Harpy Lady. You can't play a whole bunch of Sword Stings and Drownings. The Harpy Lady, that's how you kind of get folded really, really quickly. But you love to see it. There you go. Being able to get up on there. Of course, we have to talk about decks like Destiny Hero and the Water XC's deck. Destiny Hero is a lot of people thinking, oh, is Destiny Hero dead? And blah, 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 all this stuff. Me and Negative1, we talked about it in the last Rye report. I believe he put it at rank tier 3, and then I put it at tier 1, saying it's a tier 2 deck that has the performance of a tier 1 deck right now, or something along those lines. And I think that's just pretty much what we're seeing. We're just seeing the deck kind of equalize. People get, you know, adapting to it in the metagame. You know, it was destroying everyone for a little bit there, so people had to adapt to it. They were in 6th place this week, and they did very, very well in GG Tour, so they easily would have been in the power rankings if we included GG Tour. So keep that in mind. Definitely going to talk about it more in the next Rye report. There's also Water XC's. Water XC's won both the MCS and the GG Tour. And all there really is to say about Water XC's, man, is it's Water XC's, right? If they open well, they're going to go far. So I don't know. You could definitely make an argument for them that they should be a permanent tier 3 if that's just how wonky they are. But Water best deck, what can I say? But that's going to pretty much wrap it up. I hope you guys enjoyed this power ranking video. I guess we could call it like power ranking light or something. I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you next week. Next week will probably be similar to this week because of KC Cup again. And then the week after should be, hopefully, Banlist? Copium? I don't know. We'll see, boys. Thank you for watching. Until next time, peace!